You had insider knowledge, Beardy. No fair. Good to see you, buddy. What's up, JJKK? How you doing? Wait, is that JJJI? I need to get new contacts. What's up, Cursed Lord? Good to see you. Happy Wednesday, Og. I can call you Og, right? 37,000 points to spend. Let's go. I bet the farm on Veritas. Oh well. You're right. I let it slip, Dreamer. Hey, Prof Boy. How you doing, brother, man? Hey, mad respect. Thanks for what you're doing out there, buddy. Be safe. I think I want these, and I want that. And I don't want that, and I don't want that. I think I want these for Mr. Notos. Don't want that, don't want that. Don't care. I do want these. Yo, Rion. Thank you so much for the sub, man. Welcome to the Wulf Pack. I'm not even welcome. You've been here for 2 months. No, you've been here for 6 months. Thanks again, buddy. You rock. We'll get the purple ones. I think I'll get the purple ones. Oh, and definitely the Arties. I don't think I care about the white one. Then we'll leave the white ones for the end. Woo, 30. Do we rip all 37 at once, guys? Do we rip all 37 of these at once? 25,000 points in one button push. This is going to be juicy. Let's go! Pow! 300 armbands. We got a couple Molagora. 3 of those. I love those boxes. We got a lot of tickets. Some stamina. You know what I'm happy about? Didn't get a single damn catalyst box. Those things are awful. And some charm selectors. Oh no, this is the 85 selector. Tailored gear. Okay. We take a thing. We happy. How much we got left? 190. Hey, just enough to grab an Artie charm. And 40 left. Anything worth 40? Rats. Thanks for my 2,000 gold, Epic 7. That was pretty sick. Only 12 hours left in your gladiatorium daily training. Let me go get that shit done. Let's see. Oh shit, I got knocked out of Hall of Trials. I'm gonna have to go do Hall of Trials tomorrow. Have to try out the new team. What's up, Bellcock? Good to see you, buddy. Baby. Hiya. Yo, Blackheart. How the heck are you? Oh no, I didn't get a defense break. That sucks. Ow. 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 There's the defense break. And now it's gone. So anything going on today? Anything new happening? I woke up to, God, 12 or 13 DMs. Top model Luke is getting speed. Poor Sue. He's going to be in a state tonight, don't you guys think? Yeah, I did, baby. Somebody in Veritas owes me 20,000 points. Hey, you saved. Oh, not enough? Thought that would be enough. Okay, fine. Just go do one more. Ooh, Tag of Hale's Ancient Book! Tag's book is not that artifact. Well. Didn't want another Tags book anyway. I assume you put all your points in Palladia, baby? It really came down to, I think Palladia was just a little bit better at the trial missions. They were just a little bit stronger at that. Hell of a fight from what I hear, though. I can't wait till they start broadcasting those. Shut up, Beardy. Some vids are already out. Yeah, I heard Vic put one up. Alrighty, make sure you spend all of these points, because they go away after maintenance. Ooh, more Mola. Some Artie Charms, that's not bad. We take that. Next. Ew. Ew, nobody wants these. Well, some people want those, but not me. Yay, more Mola. We need one more Mola to crest 100. There are a lot of Artie Charms. Can't complain too much about Artie Charms. Hey, 100 Molagora. Please don't forget to spend these, guys. It would be freaking tragic if you forget to spend these. Yeah, I'm going to have to read 2 Hall Trials too. I got knocked down. And I'm low on Hall of Trials currency. I'm not low, but I'm low to pull 2 of them. 200's not a lot. I want to get more. You got pushed out. I'm nearly 6. Yeah, I think I'm right there too. Let me look. Yeah, 61 million on the nose, got pushed out. We just need to do the new team, right? Using Freerin to cheese the last hit. So because when Freerin S1s and then she S2s, you get that super big amount of damage, you just double tap it. Yeah. It's not a hard concept. It was a brilliant concept, but it's not a hard concept. So yeah, it's just a matter of sitting down, regearing the account to do it. is worth boot speed main with 4 rolls on percent. On percent what, Gagus? Percent crit? Triple or quad crit speed boots is pretty freaking nice. You'll use boots like this everywhere. It's really nice. These are solves problems kind of boots. Some people would value this over 20 speed. It just depends on the state of your account. Will characters like Fahrakin ever be out for Summit again? Characters like Fahrakin, maybe. Fahrakin? No. I shouldn't say no, right? 2, 3, 4 years from now, when Fahrakin episode 3 comes out and they start looking to do collaborations again, and if they decide to do one with Epic 7, then they might rerun the original Fahrakin units. But I can't think of any other situation where Epic 7 would be able to talk Fahrakin into allowing them to use their IP to make profit again. It's got to be mutually beneficial. That's why collabs are kind of the true limiteds, right? But, you know, look at Rimuru, who was like the god of RTA when he came out. Look at Dizzy, who was unstoppable in Arena when she came out. Name me a collaboration unit that's over a year old that is still meta. I don't mean that still sees use here and there, is still possible to shoehorn into a niche situation, but is actually meta. That's over a year old. Yeah, exactly, Eins, right? They don't exist. The game is really good about giving collaboration heroes, and maybe it's just lucky, or maybe it's skill. I don't know, and I don't care. But they really seem good at making units who are broken as hell, but only have about a 9-month lifespan. Hey, Scorpion, thank you for the raid, brother. Go check out Scorpion Leo. That's my guildie over there. So Fahrakin, she's been out for what now? About 6 months? So I'd expect to see her starting to fade. Nah, she's too easy to break. I think eventually Fahrakin will fall off too. She's probably got the most potential for a long lifespan. Albedo had the most potential for a long lifespan, and they said, you know what, we'll just buff Crimson Armin. we'll just make 12 other really good knights. So yeah, I don't know. Every time we think there's no way they'll ever replace this unit, and bam, they get replaced. How many of you guys expected Luna to not be, ML Luna to not be the most drafted, most pre-banned unit ever? Did you ever think we'd ever get out from under the freaking yoke of Harsetti? So yeah, things change, people change, hairstyles change. And if she continues to be a dominating force and nobody is able to find ways around her, and she is core important to the game, Smilegate will just make something that's got a very similar kit for people to use. But I don't think that will happen. I don't think any kit is so broken they can't find a way to sell you a solution. Right now, it feels like they're giving you ways to deal with everything that's not named Fahrakin, and that's because she's still pretty new. Remember, they need that. They need you to go, wow, if I don't pull on this collaboration, then I'm just going to suffer for like 9-10 months. If they sell you a collaboration unit and then they drop hard counters to her a month later, what's your motivation to pull for collaboration? You can go, I'll just wait till the next one. This one's going to have a counter in just a few weeks anyway. So they want you to suffer. They want you to be like, that's how they generate the FOMO. It's how they make it important. Is ML Bellona's EE already leaked? I'm sure it's in today's news. You know what? Today is Wednesday, so let's go talk about the news. Let's see what Epic 7 has in store for us this week. Remember, tonight is maintenance, so we will be doing a post-maintenance podcast. I've got a couple of guests lined up. One is confirmed, the other hasn't, so I don't want to drop their names yet, but they are insane RTA heads who are heavily invested in the Guild War tournament. Should be a really good podcast tonight, so make sure you stay tuned right here on Twitch or YouTube after maintenance tonight. But now let's go check out the news. Okay, we have got the maintenance announcement and update content, and that's it. Must not be a lot going on in Epic 7. There's only 2 things to talk about. There's not even a big old... How can this be a maintenance, guys? How can this be an update? Where are the 10,000 advertisement packs? Hold back your disappointment. I know you're frustrated. I know you're disappointed. I know Epic 7 has let you down by not dropping 17 posts about packs. We got to forgive them this one time, right? Everybody gets one, so just relax and be okay that you aren't getting flooded with packs for a change. I know it's tough. I know it's tough. Vic Chun, no, I did ask Vic Chun to be here. I thought it would be fun, but he is actually going to be physically on an airplane during maintenance, so he is out for tonight. All right, guys, tonight is a maintenance, so make sure you get all your stuff done because the game will go down at 11 p.m. Daylight Savings Time, Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Pacific. And it looks like it's scheduled for a 6-hour maintenance. This is a pretty hefty maintenance. They are radically changing multiple kits. They're dropping new user interfaces with the guild changing and updating. So if ever there was a maintenance that could possibly go a little long or be buggy when it fires up, this is one. And if that happens, use the in-game system or go to Stove in general. Go to the very bottom of the Stove page and click the customer service button right here, and you can go in and send a ticket. One of the options that will show up when the page eventually loads, because it's slow, it is literally over here. It's I found a bug, and you can say, hey, when I click on the great achievements in the guild hall, I get 25 mystic medals every time. Maybe you should fix that, but not until I'm done clicking on it. You know, whatever. Let them know. This is the fastest way. You can also DM me and I'll spread the word. But the people there's only like 2 people that I get to talk to, and they're going to be slammed as well. So the fastest way is to directly let Smilegate know that you have found an issue, if any should occur. But hopefully it'll be nice and smooth, and we'll be up and running tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow, 3.12 content update. What do we got today? We would like to provide details regarding the March 2nd week. Oh, the second March 2nd week update, not the March 2nd update. This update, the update details provided in this notice are subject to change depending on circumstances, and the actual update will contain actual update content can be checked in-game after the maintenance on 3.12. Cover your ass statement, guys. If things are different, don't at them. They may have to make last-minute changes, but most likely they won't. Let's check out this little video.
Do you seriously believe?
Hang on, that's not very loud.
Do you seriously believe that you can keep up with me?
Congrats everybody on their 12-speed imprint. Get ready to cleave like there's no tomorrow.
The heir of the Collab. Is this it? You've got a long road ahead.
Please be good. Please prove me wrong. Please kick ass. Monolith Showdown. So we got some new PvE content. Full Guild War season starts on... Full Guild War season starts on the 21st. That is that right? I think that's about right. It's supposed to be 4 weeks of preseason. I think that's a full 4-week preseason. So yeah, we should be good to go. New arena. Everybody needs to say goodbye to their old lobby screen. Take some screenshots for posterity. Guild mastery page. This is going to be improving your guild and leveling up. The balance adjustments going into effect. It's going to be insane. top model Lulika. Did we call that or what? Was somebody in my chat said it's probably top model Lulika. I need him to DM me the lottery tickets. Dude, Arya's coming out, and nobody cared. With Bloodblade Corinne. Woo! All right. Wow. So what do we got? Tactical Archetype Kali, a ruthless combatant who dominates the battlefield with data and booty. So a lot of people are saying, should I go ham on Tactical Archetype Kali and her artifact? I think if you want to play competitively in this game and you play cleaver aggro and maybe even some faster standards, I think she's kind of a must-have for your account. But let's be real. What are you going to use her for? You going to use her to crush people in preseason RTA? I mean, sure, that's good to get practice in. You going to use her while you're waiting for Guild War season to start? And then maybe be a little bit more practiced with her? Nacho Keller, thank you for the sub, buddy. And Sir Pontiac, I missed you earlier, buddy. 8 minutes ago. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate the prime. Where was I? Oh, yeah. What's your end game here? Why do you need her? You need her for E7 Masters, which doesn't start for a few weeks. Here's what I'm getting at, guys. The last limited hero we had was Hecate in December. A lot of people are like, oh, she was in January. She was in the very, very beginning of January at the very end of her banner. Pretty much there was no limited units in January, no limited units in February, no limited units in March. You think April's going to be dry too? You think we're really going to go an entire quarter and a half with no limited units? Ain't no way. So if you are free to play and if you're stalling, I would, or saving, I would hang back. And I'm not saying don't pull her. I'm just saying don't pull her on day one. Unless you don't mind swiping or you're one of the aforementioned people who wants to go ham with this unit, go for it. But maybe just wait and see. Because let's say you blow all your stuff on Kali and then next week they announce a JJK collab or whatever your favorite anime is. What if they drop Biblis and Biblis is the answer to, I don't know, like if you have Biblis on your team, then if they pick Freerin, you automatically win. And you can't live without that unit. Now you don't have the resources and you're trapped between a rock and a hard place because they didn't release any good packs to buy. So you got no way to buy good, you got to buy full price stuff just to pull for it or dive into the hoochie shop or just suffer. So I'm just saying, do as I say, not as I do, because I'm pulling her day one. Let's be honest. I'm going freaking all in on this. But if you are free to play, which I'm not, and if you are a cautious spender, which I also am not, then maybe just wait and see. She has a 3-week-long banner. You can afford to wait until the end of the month before you go in on this unit, and maybe, just maybe, you get to peep what's coming next to make an informed decision. But should you pull her? Yes. Her kit is absolutely broken. She's really, really good. She is not limited. Since she is not limited, when her banner goes away, you will be able to put her on the wish list along with her artifact. And let's talk about her artifact for just a second, because her artifact is basically kind of a Tagahale's Ancient Book with benefits for thieves. In fact, it's more like Tag's book than pretty much any other artifact in the game. All the other artifacts that generate souls typically require that you either take a turn or use a specific skill during a turn or use soul burns to generate more souls. They're conditional. This one is no. Start of the battle. Here's 10 souls. That's it. Just by having this artifact on a thief on the team, you get 10 souls at the start of the battle. Now, it doesn't scale up to 20 like Tag's book, but still, it's free souls at the start of the battle. No other artifacts in the game really do that outside of free rins. So that alone makes it stupid strong. And it spools up, and here's the real pisser, right? Here's the real pisser. It's a chance to gain those 10 souls. At plus 15, it's a 75% chance, so it's one you kind of want maxed out. And that's diabolical, Smilegate. It's diabolical because you're going to want multiples of this artifact and imprints for it, But you're only going to want one collie because you can imprint collie with all of the 4-star collies. You can use assassin collie, you can use regular collie to do your imprints. So you don't actually need multiple copies of her to imprint her, and you don't really need multiple copies of her for dupes. So this is the first one where it's like, you really, really hope you only pull one of her, but you get tons of the artifacts. And I'm really worried this is going to be like my free Rin experience where I pull 25 free Rins and one artifact. But that's what makes the wish list so nice. You can wish list her artifact, but not wish list her, so you can continue to get her artifact through Cubs. There's going to be some salty people like, I got my 15th collie and only one artifact. The Monolith Showdown, Reaching for Godhood. So this is new PvE. The Conqueror's Point content shall take place in Notos' Monolith Showdown, Reaching for Godhood, now available. Gotta clear all the basic stuff. Okay, so Monolith Showdown is basically just more of the ongoing Orbis Gladiatorium stuff, and I'm glad they're doing this. It's fun, it's engaging, it teaches you to use the units a whole lot better than beating up sandbags for no real content, being able to actually weave teams around it. It's a nice little trainer so you can legitimately try the unit before you buy it, so that's kind of nice. Seasonal battle. Okay, so we are getting rid of expeditions, and we are getting rid of... What else is up right now? And we're getting rid of Orbis Gladiatorium and Strategic Archive. And we're replacing it with Monolith Showdown, and Trial of Constellations is back, baby. Shadow Broker updates, all updates. Here's the new Guild Hall. So, what do you think? Do you like the new Guild Hall? It's way more open, more expansive, a lot more. We'll be able to decorate it. I saw where people are able to like lay carpeting in the hall, and more people can be set at the tables. So it's a lot more. Your sprites are going to be smaller, right? We're used to big honking sprites chilling out around the table like this. And they're going to be smaller because they'll be sitting back further at the table. But instead of only being able to see 8 of your guildmates at once, I think you're going to be able to see it was either 10 or 12 of your guildmates at once. So you get to see more of your people hanging out in the guild hall. They're adding a new guild mastery system as you rank your guild up to get additional bonuses. They're allowing you to rank up your guild to higher levels. So you're going to be able to go all the way up. Right now, I think the maximum is level 20, and I think you can go all the way up to, it was either 25 or 30. You're not going to be able to get more guild members in the guild. That's not happening. That would break Guild Wars entirely. But 9 new guild emblems will be added. Yeah, more swag, more customizable features. We've been asking for this for a while, so that's kind of nice. Hero and artifact balance adjustment. No real changes have happened here, I don't believe. If anything got nerfed, changed, or edited, let me know. The imprint changes will go into effect as well. The talk of the town right now, top model Lulika, looks like she's going to be freaking insane. And yet another blow to people trying to hide behind Bossarunka. I think a really well-made top model Lulika is just going to obliterate Bossarunkas. Lone Crescent Bellona. I'm on the fence about it. The fact that she stacks injuries and has evasion is going to be really nice, but we'll have to see how much of an impact it has. Other evasion units aren't as scary, and they have more evasion than she does, but maybe her insane damage will pop her up a notch. I think Charlotte is going to absolutely destroy anybody who thinks they can hide behind Bossarunka. Being able to just murder stomp people with counterattacks, constantly CR push herself in her S3, having pen on it for the highest defense unit, absolutely disgusting. So yeah, I mean, get fucked, Bossarunka. Nobody likes having their cleave stopped. So yeah, it's going to be a rough time out there for a bit for turn 2 players, I fear. Tori is getting some cooldown changes. I don't think it'll change her use. Robin's getting some soul burn changes. I'm not sure it'll change her use, but maybe. Kisei, they didn't really change Kisei so much as they corrected her kit and are making it work a little bit more reasonable. It's just going to make her good. For the people who are already using Kisei, it's going to make her better. Diane, I can see right now pretty much everybody taking their gear off of Ahmed and putting it on Diane, because now you guys get an Ahmed that doesn't give a rat's ass about Moon Bunny. Absolutely wild. And Lethe, I think Lethe is one of the more underrated heroes in this bounce patch. I think she is going to absolutely rock in this, so I'm excited to use her. I didn't think Brigitte was going to do anything. I think she's a blip on the radar. Cookie is over here telling me, don't sleep on Brigitte. He thinks she's actually going to be kind of insane. We will have to see. Zeno is the real wait-and-see unit. His entire kit was burned to the ground and replaced with a brand new kit, and he looks like the anti-evasion unit. Now remember, this is anti-evasion, not increased hit chance. So Zeno doesn't mean your water units are going to start tagging earth units, okay? He doesn't increase chance, he doesn't impact elemental chance to miss. He doesn't impact, he doesn't make it easier for your blinded units to hit. He just messes with the enemy's evasion. So it's a one-sided thing. It's not a hit chance increase. It's an evasion decrease. But that's going to make him a really good unit to take into Bellona's, into Setsuka's, into Afternoon Soak Flans. Nobody seems to much care for the evasion meta, so we're getting a tool to deal with it. The big question is, what are his numbers going to look like? Is he just going to be an anti-evasion bot? Or is he actually going to come out here and drop some damage and be a significant addition to the team, a good sub DPS or even main DPS? We won't know until testing is out. I think everybody should build and have a Zeo ready to go, Zeno ready to go. But whether or not he's actually going to be good or just a counter pick, it's kind of up in the air. Vildred, the star of the freaking show. Everyone's like, oh, well, now that we get Kali, don't need Vildred anymore. I think Vildred's the most important damage dealer support unit on the in the game. In fact, I think people are going to start regearing their Rans, making the Rans a little bit slower to make them stronger DPS, to make some real Rans, maybe move their... Because imagine this, right? If your Rand's S3 can hit hard enough to do 50% of damage to a squishy unit, it's going to trigger Vildred and kill their whole team. Not to mention strays, not to mention what Lulika can do, not to mention pretty much any unit you're going to bridge. Bryceria, I mean, holy shit, this is going to be... I think he might be... I think Cleavers might first pick him just to deny the enemy from having him. It's going to be wild. Vildred's buffs, can't believe I'm saying this, might be too good for Cleavers. Arowell is... I was initially a little bit like kind of meh on Arowell. I was like, well, yeah, but is this really better than all of the other options we have? Well, for people without those options, yes. This is an ML5's kit in a 3-star unit. Okay, Unbound Knight Arowell, and her especially change. It lets her stand toe-to-toe, might even make her the second or third best mitigation knight out there. 40%, people are like, oh, it's 40% mitigation. It's not mitigation, it's damage transfer. Escort going to 40% is a double-edged sword. You better make sure that your units that are wearing Escort have a metric F-ton of HP, because there is a huge difference between absorbing 30% of the damage from the team to absorbing 40% of the damage to the team. You don't want your Arowell to pop like a zit because she's only got 20k health. So make sure you stack enough HP and have a little bit of ER so that stuff doesn't get stripped and controlled. Not the easiest build, but it's going to make her really good and give people free-to-play options for tanking down in a meta where it's getting harder and harder to tank down. The best boy, Ruzid. Who's the best boy? I am not sure Ruzid's going to be usable anywhere. Loki was trying to cook with them, saying that the speed changes and the damage he can do might be impressive. We'll have to see. And the changes to the artifacts... the only thing that Tyrant's Descent might change is making it slightly better in Rift. I don't see it changing much anywhere else. And Assassin's Pledge, you know what? Why not let Rangers have a Tag of Hell's book too, right? Anyway, the biggest changes to the effects are increased critical damage buff is going to a 70% boost. So you see a little destruction buff over somebody's head. It's plus 70% now, not plus 50%. It still will not go over cap. So if you're building a specific comp that relies on a crit damage buff, 280 crit damage is your goal, because that'll go up to 350. If you're at 300 crit damage, it'll still only go up to 350. It caps at 350 from buffs. Can't exceed cap with buffs. You can exceed cap with artifacts and effects, but not with buffs. So be aware of that. Escort going to 40%. Like I said, everybody is hailing this as something insane, but do realize that you are probably going to need to what do you call it, to stack additional HP on any escort user. I wonder, can I still go double Aria strat? They overlap, so the 20%'s nested behind the 40%, but like, let's say somebody single target attacks your Arowell, that 20% of that damage will spill over into the Arius holder, because you can't escort absorb your own damage. So, but if somebody single target attacks, say your Renok, then all 40 will go into Arowell, nothing will go to the Arius holder. The highest effect always is dominant. It's just when they attack Arowell, her effect isn't there. Savvy? Bleeds and burns are getting stronger, because why not? Curse is getting stronger. And exclusive equipments are changing. Speaking of exclusive equipments, who was it in my chat that said, you know what, I bet it's top model Luca? And I was like, God damn, I bet you're right. Well, here we are, guys. Top model Luca's getting exclusive equipment. What a world. I was down to saying it's either going to be top model or it's going to be Faithless Litica. Those were our two big bets. And here we are. So let's see. Top model Lulica is getting 10 speed. 10 speed. Holy crap. How fast is top model Lulica? Doesn't this make her the highest base speed unit in the game? No, it's not. Plus 10 is 129, guys. Remember, the EE is just like wearing a piece of equipment. It doesn't impact the base stats. The base stats are impacted by speed set, and this is added on at the end. So it's a little closer to 127 speed. 127 and change. For example, where's Renok? You know what? Here's Ran at 323. Let's give top model Lulica Ran's gear and see what happens. Jesus Christ. Hang on, guys. Sorry. Work. All right, so there you go. So she will be 320 speed with Rand's gear on. So even though Rand is over here at even though Rand is over here at 129 speed, you see how it's working out. They're both the same theoretical speed, right? 129 and then 119 plus 10 is 129, but she was 3 speeds slower on Rand's exact same gear. And that's because the exclusive equipment adds after all the speeds, after the speed set's calculated. It does not add to the base stats. So she's a little closer to 126 to 127. It's going to be decimal points in there rounding one way or the other. 126 to 127 speed. Yeah. It's like, you can do the math, right? It's 126 point something something in the game. You know, the game accounts for the decimals and then speed RNG. But yeah, that's how that works. I always get a little like nervous when people are like, oh my God, it's a 120, she's 129 bait. When you're talking really, really, really high speed units like this, it's really easy to kind of, misinterpret that. And then you're moving your gear around like, well, I put my Rand gear on her. Why is she 3 speeds slower? Because the EE adds after, not to the base. Oh, speaking of speed gear, guys, 1 out of 5, baby. It finally happened. With the camera off and nobody watching late in the middle of the night, I screamed so loud. Must be nice, dude. 7.5 years. Woo. It's nice too. It's on an effectiveness main. It kind of sucks it's on crit chance, but effectiveness main, we take it. But let's look at the effect. When granting victory pose, gives speed to all allies. And she is an ally. Remember, whenever the game says all allies, it doesn't mean all allies of Lulika. It means all allies of you, the player. So Lulika will get a speed buff as well. So now your 320 speed Lulika is getting, or 300 speed Lulika is getting an additional 90 speed. Because speed buff is 30% speed. So after she takes a turn, she goes zoom down the line. Wow. I think if you want to play this unit at the highest end, you're going to need stupid insane gear, because you're going to need this girl to compete with the Renox out there who are just going to blow her ass up. But as long as you can make sure she goes first, which isn't going to be easy, because you need her to be real too. You need her to not just go first, but to also do damage. I think you're going to want her at least in the 290 range, ideally in the 300 range. And if you can get into the 310 range, then you're ready to do your freaking legend climb. Not an easy unit to build, but what an insane opener. Now she's got that speed gear on her. And Lone Crescent Bellona, we all kind of knew she was getting an EE, but what's it actually do? More attack for Bellona, which is nice. That means you can afford to maybe drop a little bit of attack and build her tankier. And damage dealt by Chaotic. Is it Quixotic or is it Chaotic? I think it's like Don Quixote, Chaotic Crescent increase proportional to target's injuries, which is nice because her S2 does injuries. That means her S3 is going to hit harder the more S2s you kick out, right? This is not additional damage. This isn't going to be pop damage like what Death Dealer Ray does, but this is going to be additional damage to not additional, but it's going to increase the actual power of her S3. So the longer you can keep her around, or the more you compare her with other injury units, the harder her S3 is going to nuke. I don't think this is really account changing. It's just a nice Me Too thing, right? It's more damage combined with more damage, which means you can afford to build your girl a little bit tankier or on some more customizable sets. So it's a nice EE for her. It's going to definitely add to her toxicity. Calling it now, Tomo skin next RTA season. Honestly, I don't think so. And here's why. I think she'll be really, really good. I don't know, maybe. I don't want to get into why I don't think so, but I think maybe the season after next, but we'll see. If anybody deserves a skin, it's Silverblade Aramentha. Okay, guys, Tactical Kali and Shadow Wind's drop rate up. So, Shadow Wind 7. It is a drop rate up banner, is not a limited banner. Do I think the coins will reset? You talking about, talking about these coins? This currency up here, or are you talking about Trial of Constellation coins? Trial of Constellation coins won't reset because it's not a new season. When it's a new season, Trial of Constellation coins, I don't know if they even reset then or not, but you're fine on your Constellation coins. These coins right here will not reset, but we don't know if you'll be able to use these coins on your second gear. Because remember, you got 21 days left for the shop to be open, so you should be able to blow these into this. Whether or not you're going to be able to blow these into the second piece of gear is left to be seen. We will have to see, but I can't imagine that these are going to go away. We'll find out. No, I mean, we'll see if it says so in the notes later on, but they would have said it somewhere. Make sure you spend your coins or they'll go away. But why would they leave the shop open for another 3 weeks if they're taking your points away? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Kali is not a limited unit, guys, and that's why I was saying maybe don't pull on Kali for a couple of weeks. I know she's insane. I know she'll take your game to the next level. I know you're excited to play and cleave with her, but we're in preseason RTA. We're in preseason Guild Wars. We're getting ready to go into preseason Arena. Who gives an F? Sit back, regear your account, dog ear the gear for Kali, watch everybody else murder stomp with her, and maybe get a peep at what limited unit's coming next so you can make an informed decision. Don't make rash decisions. March is not the time for rash decisions. Everybody says March rolls in like a lion and rolls out like a lamb, but I'm telling you, March is rolling the exact opposite in the lands of Orbis. This is the nice calm before the storm, because April hits and holy shit. The shop auto closes when you buy it out. Well, yeah, I mean, you buy the shop out and there's nothing in the shop, so why have the button there anymore? That happens everywhere. Same thing. People are like, my headhunt went away after I bought the shop out. I was like, well, yeah, there's nothing else to do for your headhunt. Why have it there taking up space? That's normal. Just kind of be careful with this. Definitely pick up her artifact from the powder shop if you have the powder, though. It's a great artifact. Speaking of powder shop, we have got Merciless Glutton, which is a really underrated warrior artifact. Crown of Glory, again, a really underrated warrior artifact. Alabastron, which is a completely rated thief artifact, as in it's terrible, and Shamadra Staff, which is nice, but you don't go nuts for it. And Mother of God, they actually put Tag's book into the powder shop. If you think some insane collaboration limited unit, tons of stuff you're going to want to spend powder on isn't coming up right around the corner, I present to you Tag's book in the powder shop. Yikes. And yeah, Crown of Glory's Knight artifact. I don't know why you guys said it was a warrior artifact. That's kind of crazy. So yeah, remember, the powder shop is open until April. I know you want your books for use in Guild War and RTA and Arena, all of which is in preseason right now. Just chill. I know the button pushing compulsion is strong, and I'm talking to a bunch of gotcha gamers, and we are not exactly known for making calm and collective decisions. I am prime example number one of that. But if you can resist the urge, stockpile everything, wait and see, run the calendar out before you blow all your powder on Tagahel's Ancient Book, and then a collaboration drops with like a Freeren's Ring level artifact, and you're like, oh, I really wish I could have powdered that, but I'm out of powder. And then Smogate's like, hey, we got you, fam, here's $300 for a couple of powder packs, you're in. And you're like, oh shit, I guess I'm eating ramen noodles this month. Just try to be safe. Play it smart. Other improvements. Okay, we are changing the warfare rules, which is good. The last warfare rules, the ER one was kind of impactful, and I guess in lower ELOs we pretended the weakening one, burns and bombs detonate, was kind of impactful, but pound for pound, everybody just ignored them. They didn't really change anything. So what are we doing this time? When a warrior hero attacks, increases the damage dealt by 20% and ignores damage share. God, we really hate Lady of the Scales, don't we? Wow. Wow. So those of you who are like, weren't here for summer photogenic, now you can use warriors to get around that damage share, right? Woo! Defense grants 30% damage reduction and additional damage reduction to Covenant heroes. Interesting that they're trying to find ways to make RGB heroes a little bit more relevant, right? Or not RGB. Yeah, because even a limited would be considered a Covenant hero. So, yeah, start looking at your non-ML tanks, right? That don't already have built-in damage reduction. That's an interesting one. Unfortunately, all the best knights in the game right now are ML. But it will make the rest of your team a little tankier. Support increases the fighting spirit. Woof. Remember, this is fighting spirit, not focus. Know the difference. The difference between fighting spirit and focus is with fighting spirit, there's this bar that fills up, and when the bar gets filled, you can do insanely cool things. And with focus, you know, careful, focus is a little different. With focus, there's this bar that fills up, and when it gets all the way full, it does some crazy things. And they're spelled differently too. So that's the difference between fighting spirit and focus. So make sure you're aware that this is only going to impact fighting spirit units. And they, you know what? This one's fine because this was actually the only really impactful warfare rule last season. So this is good. But yeah. Study up, guys. Make sure you know who the fighting spirit units are, so when people slam support heroes, you're not caught with your pants down. Fighting spirit heroes into the support rule, you're not caught with your pants down. This one is neat. I'm just not entirely sure if the damage reduction matters that much, but the additional damage reduction to Covenant heroes, it's going to make... See, the Covenant heroes that are used right now... Who's this really going to benefit? It's not going to benefit Fahrakin, because damage reduction won't impact pop damage. It's not going to really impact Setska that much. Charlotte, good call. Nobody uses Albedo. It won't really impact Fahrakin. The Great Mortellix. Let's go. Guys, we just made Mortellix harder to kill. Okay, and the warrior here is just getting a 20. You know, warrior who's just immediately getting 2 torrent sets with no impact to their HP is a little bit wild. So, welcome back to Warrior 7, guys. New hero exclusive equipments will be added to the draft arena. So yeah, if you want to, for the 5 of you that play draft arena, you can go out there and test this stuff out. It does impact additional damage. Oh, I misread this. I thought it was 30% damage reduction and then additional damage reduction, like as in it would be 30% to everybody, but unless you're Covenant, it'd be like 40 or 50. But I misread this. It's not and additional damage, right? It's and additional damage is reduced. So yeah, so this for Covenant heroes, so this really will help Fahrakin stay alive. It's so nice that they're buffing Fahrakin indirectly. I mean, it's been rough out there playing Fahrakin, hasn't it? Right? It's felt so bad having to stack additional HP to keep your Fahrakin alive. It's so nice now that there's a mode that just makes Fahrakin better. I think we all wanted that. Bro, I buff Fahrakin. Does it stack with F? No. Very, very, very few effects stack in the game. It's one of the weird things about Tagoar's Ancient Book, is that it stacks. But usually when there's a reduction effect in place, they overlap, right? Like running Arius and Escort, 20% and 40%, that 20% is nested inside of the 40% and only the 40% goes through. But once your FCC dies, then this would take over, or vice versa, right? It's, yeah, they overlap, they don't stack. Alrighty, UI changes, renal bypass scrolls have been improved, that's fine. An epic filter has been added for modification gems. Great. Okay, we asked for a lot of quality of life. Let's see if we got anything. Pens Dragon, thank you for the sub, buddy. Hells yeah. Dude, you just dropped your Prime sub on me. You could use that Prime sub anywhere, but you gave it to me. For that, I thank you. Welcome to the Wolf Pack, my friend. Okay, to support the additional slot for Grace of Growth, the duration extension for Grace of Growth slots will no longer be available. To support the free additional slot for Grace of Growth, the duration extension for... Are they making Grace of Growth free? Did I miss a memo? Did I miss a memo? Is second Grace of Growth suddenly free? To support the free additional slot for Grace of Growth, the duration extended for additional Grace of Growth slots will no longer be available. I have questions. Smoggett must just not be Englishing well here, but that if anybody understands what the hell is going on here, could you please put it in the comment section of this video, because I don't quite understand what this means. It's news to me if they're making second Grace of Growth free or if they're giving you an additional slot, but sounds like when you buy it, it's for use. It always was. No, guys. It always was. I can buy this, and then I can swap heroes in and out as often as I want. Now, if you're talking about this here, right, where I take Tierra out, and then I want to skip the waiting time, maybe this is going away. I think that's... Maybe they're going to allow us to put people back in without skipping waiting time. Yeah, you're not buying it, you're renting it for 30 days, right? It's probably no longer... Yeah, I wonder if it's no longer time gated. More information required. I guess we'll find out later. A special line will be added when 5-star Ruiza encounters Tactical Archive Tallies the enemy. For the 3 of you that are still playing Ruiza. The skill preview for Monarch of the Sword of Saria will be fixed, because I guess her preview is broken. And additional friendship bookmarks were being sold in the Labyrinth shop will be fixed. No! It's okay, guys. I thought I was getting a piece of history. I went into the Hoochie shop, and you could still buy the little clover bookmark things there, but as soon as the game reset, it took them away and converted them, so it's not like you got to keep them. Formally, Twitter function will be removed. Oh, no. For the 3 of you that still use it. The extra slot was only for 30 days. Maybe it's permanent now? Maybe. I don't know, Cassius. If it is, that's a good 1,500 Skystone investment, right? Especially since you can hot swap heroes in and out of it. An issue of the game where it forcibly close on certain devices when launching will be fixed. Moonlight Theater could be accessed through the Orbis Guide even when it had not been unlocked will be fixed. Recommended CP for emergency dispatch mission. Ruins, that's great. A skill tooltip for Ariza's liquidation will be fixed. The representative account setup event that provides a leaf reward. Okay, great. Abnormally obtained arena promotional rewards will be claimed due to an issue. Okay, Abnormally obtained arena promotion rewards will be reclaimed due to an issue with arena promotion reward reset. I did not... I don't remember anything about this, but I guess they're fixing it. An issue where the fighting spirit obtained by the 5-star hero Charlotte Solburn was not affected to resource gain rate reduction will be fixed. Okay. That's kind of funny, but I guess they have to fix this because otherwise people would be slamming Sea Phantom Politis into Charlotte and it doesn't do shit. An issue where the Soulburn skill would intermittently not activate when tapping the Soulburns will be fixed. Great. I did run into that in RTA a few times. Like, I keep clicking Soulburn, it's not doing anything. An issue in draft mode where nobody cares. That's it, guys. Please, Smilegate, will you extend the Penguin slider? Will you allow us to scroll through the top 100s in Arena and RTA all at once instead of doing it 10 at a time? People are looking to see what the lowest number is to get into the top 100 in Hall of Trials, to get into the top 100 in Arena, to get into the top 100 in RTA, and they don't want to have to click that down arrow scroll, click the down arrow scroll 10 times just to find that bottom number. Just have it show all 100 when you click that expand button. You know, maybe do something about the secret shop, showing all the items at once and not being so awful to refresh there. There's lots of quality of life we've been asking for. This is just maintenance stuff. Bring us some juicy QOLs with the next version update. I know you got it in you. Please me and please the community. People are going to be furious when they lose their currencies. What are you talking about, Tyre? TK Fire? Oh, you talking about this right here? Tell Smogate to fix the bug where gear invert will leave ML Luna and ML Ludwig without gear, and it happens when I move gear from one unit to another and then revert them back. You're gonna have to show me that in chat, Gagus, because I'm not entirely sure what you're talking about. The secret shop one's one of the most requested. Curse Kratos, thank you for the resub. You rock, buddy. Atlas, I can almost confirm it is. They want you to go over to the secret shop and be like, okay, time to get me some bookmarks. Okay, just hit here and here. And I go here. Oh my god, this is kind of a pain in the butt. How many Skystones I got? 32,000. Doing one of these every 3 seconds times 30,000. It's 90,000 seconds. How many minutes is 90,000 seconds? Oh shit! No, forget that. I'm just gonna go over here. Just buy them like this. There, I'd have to scroll the shops. What they want. Even though this was a lot less efficient. You get about 20% more bookmarks and a chance at mystics cycling the shop over doing this, but this is a lot faster. And it's less efficient, and less efficient means you're more likely to come over here and buy crates of Skystones. So yeah, if you think that's not intentional, you're fooling yourselves, and that's why I think this is the least likely asked to happen. But I also thought free on equip was never going to happen, and here we are. So if the community is noisy enough, go for it. Hey Tristen, what do you think Notos has why do you think Notos has no way of reducing his S3 cooldown? I think it's because of lazy design thanks to Warfare set. I hope it gets changed. He doesn't have no way of resetting his S3 cooldown. He can't be CR pushed up or back, but you can totally reset his cooldown. He was definitely made with Warfare in mind, but you could run him with a ROM. You could put him on a speed set, run him with a ROM, and then you could have a ROM reset him, and then he takes a turn, he's ready to go. A ROM can't push him up, but she can reset him. Same thing with Green Asaria, she could reset him. Likewise, if somebody picks a Notos, you could slam your knock wall and knock his school cooldowns down by 1, and then he doesn't get to take a turn. Yeah, he can't be CR manipulated. He 100% can be reset up or down, have his skill cooldowns raised or lowered. Yeah, if he can't be reset, Warfare set wouldn't work. So yeah, you can definitely do that. And how'd you do that kick-ass border, Dee? That's kind of cool. Yeah, I'll show you. That's neat. Thoughts on the new warfare rules? I'm not a big fan of the warrior one. The other two are kind of cool. We'll see how they pan out. All right, guys, that is all that's coming to Epic 7 this week. And it's a fat chunk of stuff. I hope you guys are ready for a cleave aggro meta. And if you do not have the speed to do cleave aggro, I'm sorry. Hopefully we get a really good patch version update in April that gives turn 2 and tank down something to do, because it is going to be hard to survive without cleaving. But that's it. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everybody. Notos will be used as a cleave anchor. He can be used as a cleave anchor. Smarter minds than me are going to have to run that guy, all right? What's his stat line? He has Ilanov's stat line, right? It's not that you can't build them fast. I mean, you'll be like, oh, but 17k health, Tristen, that sucks balls. I'm like, yeah, it does. But you know what? That's still 34k health after he doubles it, and good luck killing him with that defense. Yeah, that's not bad. What can I do that gives him an ER ring, though? Ah, no. This, I think, is going to be your more common build. 200 plus speed, a good chunk of ER so that you have a chance to not get stunned or controlled. You know, it's not going to stop things like Silverblade Aramentha and shit like that, but it should slow down things like, you know, getting a S1 provoked off an FCC, right? Yeah, I don't know, guys. I think he's really hard to build. He needs HP, he needs effectiveness or effect resistance, and he needs speed, and he needs them all with no real bonuses to effect resistance and speed. That might be a little bit more reasonable, something like that. I don't know. We'll see, man. And crit chance, crit damage? No, I don't think you go with that. I think he punches. I think people are going to take control to try to deal with you. And once he punches his S3, nobody can be controlled. And then you just run them over because everybody on your team is basically bystander Hua Young. And all of his control units won't work at all. But we'll see. You need 50% crit only if you want to crit. It just depends. I mean, it's kind of like this, right? Are you going to build your Empyrean Ilanov like the one I have here on the left, or are you going to build your Empyrean Ilanov like this? Wait, like this. Bad example, but you get what I'm saying, right? Are you gonna build your Empyrean Ilanov with oh, I'm on ring. No wonder that didn't work. There. Okay, left or right, which is the better Empyrean Ilanov? Well, do you need a sub DPS that can help clean up, or do you need an Ilanov that just stays alive and murders shit? So, yeah. It's situational, it's dependent. So are you building your Notos to just turn off your entire enemy's team's ability to buff and debuff you and do some damage? Or are you building them to be a sub DPS too? You gotta figure out which way you're gonna roll on it. We'll see, though. We'll see. Like I said, I'm Notos' biggest fan. I want that guy to be good. And I hope he is. Check the updated Collie pick and tell me this isn't reference to a JJK collab. I'm not getting anything out of this page. Oh, season 2 review. You're saying it's... This is from 2023, though. I don't know. There are a lot of teasers in there that could be very JJK referenced, but we were kind of down that road last year, too, weren't we? Like, they seriously hinted at stuff for Bleach. So much so that to this day, I think there was a Bleach collab and it probably just fell through. But I guess we will see. Yeah, Odin remembers. Man, they weren't just references. They were like giant red freaking arrows. People using exact same voice lines in side stories. They trolled us big time on that. Okay, I'm going to see if I can build this beastie. Ugh. This really is as good as it gets. God damn it, guys. This is a hard unit to build. I meant was, why doesn't he have a built-in S3 cooldown reduction like every other character? One, they want to give you reasons to farm warfare set, right? Who are the warfare set units in the game right now? There's not many. There's, that's it. These are the only units in the game that get any benefit from warfare set. Like, unless there's some 2-star and 3-stars out there I'm not thinking of, but that's it. These are the only 6 characters that have any potential use for warfare set, and I think that 2 of them, it's a mediocre. I think on Lionheart it's a bad play, but some people are making it work with a cracked one. And I think on Fern, it's only good if you're cleaving. If you're playing slow tank down stuff, I think she's still better on riposte. But that's it. And of these heroes, how many of them are used in RTA? It's Lionheart Sirmia, where it's questionable. It's Hecate and Fern if you're cleaving, and that's it. Nobody uses Laya anymore. A few people tried Tam and RTA, and it can work in lower elos, but she just doesn't have the chops to really bring enough to the team. And Dark Corvus, very, very niche situational where he works. So, yeah, I think they said, wow, not a lot of people are using our brand new set, so maybe we need to create more units that require it. So I think you might see that on some more units here in the near future, too. Because they want to give people reasons to farm warfare sets, because otherwise there's no real reason to jump into Rift when this set goes away. But that's just a theory. Not my pupper. Remember when I said you want those problem solver pieces with high crit chance on speed and how they're money? This is where it's money. So this is what? This is after the change, she'll be at 100% crit, and that's 310 speed. Yo, Mr. Drac, they gave top model Lulica 10 speed exclusive equipment. Notos takes Hua Young's crown as hardest to build character. I don't know. She only needs 2 stats. Hua Young needs all of them. Well, she doesn't need ER in effectiveness, I guess. Pupper only gets screen time during AI. You shut your dirty whore mouth. I would have played Pupper. He kept crashing the damn game. I think this is the best I can do. Like, as close to keeping her real. If I bump the damage up any higher, she's not going to bring a lot to the fight. I don't like that one. This one, that's kind of a push. It's the same crit damage. Using Fribbles over here in case you're curious. Dude, I did it too. 1 trillion permutations. This whole time we've been talking about the news, Fribbles has been in the background grinding away. All right. That'll do, pig. That'll do. I got to rebuild my Renok and my Ran and my Bryce area. Fun. Lethe? My Lethe's already built. Might change your artifact. What's the highest equipment score piece? I'd have to math it out. Why so fast? So that I can run her with DN and Soulburner to give DN a free push, and I don't care about Bellion because she can Soulburn without souls. Why the low health? Because I'm using her aggressively. I'm not a turn 2 player. When you ask to see my units, remember my units are built with the way I play in mind, which may not be the best build for the average player. Case in point. This DN is the DN that works for me. A lot of people are putting her on Destro or even Rage set, but I'm running a fast DN and it works great for me. And people are like, this DN's buns. Where would you ever use this DN? I used her all last season with a 60% win rate, and she had a 75% success rate in the 95 games I played her. So I think my DN is built pretty good for the way I play. Now, will this DN work for the way you play? Maybe, maybe not. You got to build your units around how you play the game. These changes of top model Lulica, I think this might have just gone extinct. With Charlotte and top model Lulica, I think this went extinct. What do you guys think? I think everybody has to build her like this if they want any chance to use this unit. I think without proof, she's just going to get mulched by all of the by the Charlottes and the top models out there, which means everybody's like, when's Moas coming back? I need my rocket punch. I don't think you got to worry about that anymore. I think this build, she's already seeing less and less gameplay over this one. This website, here you go. I'll send it to both chats. Two of those games were versus me. One of those games, you gave me a run for my money, Save. I think I only won because of good RNG. Top model Luca can't be played if Ellie's on the other side too. Yeah, maybe, possibly. But then they've got Ellie on their team. Oh, shit. I just closed that. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's pretty freaking clear. 60% of my fights, I had good RNG. That's the nature of cleaving. 60% of my fights, RNG was on my side. Yeah, see, here's the thing, right? 50% penetration. When the speed of the caster is greater than 50% of the target, penetration rate increases up to a maximum of 100%. And it probably just means doubled, right? Because over here, it's when it was twice that you got the 50% pen. Now you get the 50% pen for free. And it doesn't say how much, but one could assume it's probably still twice. And being twice the speed of a Bossarunka ain't gonna be hard. Fastest Bossarunkas out there are gonna be what, like 125, 130 speed. So you're gonna be twice as fast, which means you get 100% penetration on a spill that can crit. That means she's Watcher Shuri as far as that S3 goes. Now, yeah, Ilanov will definitely take a chunk out of that, but you can mollify that with pen set if you have it, although I think that might be kind of a waste, especially when you're chasing points. Yeah. Ilanov on Arius. I can see that being a problem. But still, Charlotte's out there too. It's going to be a rough time for Bossarunka. I don't know, guys. It's going to be a rough time for Boss. Okay. Can I fix my Rand now? Oh yeah, don't forget speed buff for the party, guys. That's the other thing too, right? So so this goddamn Para. 300 speed, right? So 310 after she gets her exclusive equipment, right? So here we go. So 310 speed, and she victory poses. That's her non-attack S2 skill. Now she gets a speed buff. So that's times 1.3, so she's actually 403 speed. Cut in half. Anybody with 201 speed or less, she's going to 100% pen, assuming it is the 2x thing. Yeah, right. I'm over here assuming I'm going to get a 10 speeder, and I got shit like where is it? Who was it I was messing with yesterday? Oh, it was freaking Chew. See this 8 speed one right here? I crafted it yesterday going for a 10 speeder, and then I found I already had 2 10 speeders for my shoes. So I was like, oh shit, just kind of wasted some points there. In fact, let's get rid of the trash. I'm definitely not building 3 shoes. What artifact for her? For top model, I've got her on Time Matter, but she might slide back to Tag's book. Or, actually, she, how many souls does her S2 give her? 2 souls, freaking perfect. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Ah. Maybe this. Wait, burns on her S2? Did they change it? No, the burns on her S3. So this would let me S2, get the 2 souls, and then I would be at 30 souls. So yeah, just because this gives me 222 attack, and oops, and this only gives me 156 attack, so it's an extra 70-ish attack, and $1's a buck on a damage dealer, right? An extra 70% attack. You want this girl to hit hard enough that this monkey that you're going to be playing with her pops off next. As long as she does 50% damage, and that girl should be able to do 50% damage to just about any bossarunka. Pow. The ring triggers twice? No, it only triggers once. Right? Because, oops. Where did it go? Where'd she 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 go? Too many mages. Okay, so at the start of the battle, I got 18 souls. Start of my turn. Oh, I'm going to shut my dirty whore mouth. But, you know, I could get 10%ed twice, right? I start my turn, I get 10%ed. I S2, I get the last souls I need for 20. I start the turn, I could get 10%ed. It could happen. But in theory, she's able to S2, S soulburn, S3, and I could still walk away with 4 souls, meaning my free run is not completely naked if I run free run with her. So it's possible. But yeah, I think that this might be her best in slot, although if you don't need the souls, if you're packing the souls somewhere else, Time Matter does feel pretty freaking juicy for her. Increases damage by 11%, damage dealt by the next attack, reduces skill cooldowns. Reducing the skill cooldown, she'll be able to spam that S2, S3, S2, S3. You know how Vivian kind of does that? Spams her S2? So I don't know. I'm back and forth between this and Time Matter. We'll see. I don't have every artifact, though. And I'm very sad about it. I'm very sad that I am, very sad that I'm missing these 2 wonderful artifacts. How many times has Smilegate done an anime quote that they did in the 1-minute review? 3 times this time last year. And we so much so that I was convinced Bleach was coming. And then the year before that, they did it several times, so much so that I was convinced Overlord was coming. The first time I was right. And I think, because I talked to the head one of the freaking head of the head of the community manager team back then about it, and he said when I guessed Overlord, like off the first hint, they all kind of like, everybody in the office was like, oh shit. We didn't think it was that obvious. So I'm wondering if either a Bleach collab fell through, or if Smilegate was out there like, we'll teach this Tristen guy, thinking he's so damn smart with his tinfoil hat, and they made me look like an asshole. But yeah, it is very common for them to give us some misdirection. Subversion of expectations is one of their kinks. Yeah, Freerin wasn't really hinted. Freerin just, like, exploded onto the screen. They were very subtle about that one. That prediction is what made my channel pop off. It was definitely a good spike for my channel. It was friggin' hilarious. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. We're going to try to fix Ran after I just shit all over him. Oh, God. And then my Renok. And then... Oh, my God. Okay. Will Otherworldly Machine ever be in the powder shop? No. That's why I recommended people when they get it that they don't automatically fuse all of them. That they go ahead and take one of them to plus 27 and the other one to plus 15. Like that. And that way you can always bottle this one to plus 30. And then if another unit comes out who wants it, you've got a copy that you can work on bottling up. We still didn't get King Sandbag. Poor G-Clef. Yeah, and that's a good point, Schlong, is Smogate loves to do... Oh, wrong Ran. By the way, pro tip, you're not going to hear this from any other streamer, so I'm going to let you in on the know-how. If you want to run a fast Ran, don't use this skin. The clothes, they increase drag and wind resistance. You want to make sure, if you're going to build a fast Ran, that you... that you drop his shirt, cuts down on wind drag, and it will help with speed RNG. Once I switched to this, I won 15%. Or I won the 5% speed RNG toss more times than not. It's like wearing lucky socks when you go to play baseball. Okay, speed. How bad are you hurt if we give you this? That's not terrible. I have to find the crit. You know what? I got the crit chance right. No, that's not enough crit chance. That's not enough crit chance. Oh my God. I don't want to go below 320. Oh. Okay, so that gets us into 95.8. 95.8. Shambles. Speed RNG got to do with baseball? No, it's rituals. It's having things that increase and decrease your luck. He's only going to go up to 92 after the change. And I could change this for 5, and that would get him up to 97. Which is probably good enough, especially for a an effectiveness ran, not a damage dealing ran. I don't really have any other way around it, do I? Man. I could always make my top model Luluka be 309. But then she would need the crit chance. And she needs the crit chance more. Isn't it better to push your damage for Vildred? Yeah, but I'll run top model with Vildred. Ran will go fast enough that he will activate somebody that's going to activate Vildred. So it's fine, right? You can't have every unit be everything. Yeah, I'm using the crit chance increase artifact. Let's just put this on there for right now until I can think of something better. Yeah, there's just nowhere else to squeeze it, guys. I'd love to put a slate in them. It's okay, guys. I'll figure it out. And worst case, 97 is enough to get the job done. The bigger concern is what am I going to do about this girl? Holy shit, do we blow her up? This is fine. This is fine. I like her being tanky. It's intentional. I'm not low damage. You're low damage. Shut up. I can make Aram a little slower. Oh God, 19 speed. Is that what we've really come to? You know what? Luna's gonna have to pay the ultimate price. I can make this work. It's not ideal, but if I run her with like Vildred or something, or Silk, it's very rare I'm reaching for a knock, but it's nice to have one there. No, too slow. Too slow. You didn't use Luna much either? No. Nope. I think Fast Luna's kind of on the outs, although it's nice to have one in your back pocket. Yep, this'll do. All right, that'll do for now. Who else got shit upon? Luna. This is a cool Luna. This is a really cool Luna. Yo, your Ran already makes him overcapped as it's counted. You are right, it doesn't add straight in. Thank you for the super and the super fucking advice. My man. I'm just so used to the things showing up in there, but he is good. I don't need to change a damn thing. Okay. Spec freaking tacular. Ran. You're technically at 104 right now. Is there 4% crit chance that can go away anywhere and turn into... Oh, 4% crit chance that could go away anywhere. I don't suppose I... Oh! Look at this good boy getting some crit damage. Or maybe attack. Or maybe the boots get changed to something a little bit better. What boots do I have? Oh, you just opened a whole ass new world for me, Giver. Thank you so much. '86, '87, '88 plus 12, and it's more damage. Oh, peak. It's not a lot, but a buck's a buck. And more importantly, it frees up these insane Giga Chad boots to go anywhere else on anybody who needs speed crit chance. So it'll be 88 after the change plus the 12 from the artifact, and I've still got speed. Mwah. So let's see. My only request is to be kind to me if I ever cleave into me. I will make sure it is as quick and painless as possible. And then you'll pick Monarch of the Sword of Saria, and then you'll blow me up. And then I'll hug my knees in the corner and cry about it, because that's what I do. Okay, who else got jacked up? Can we... Wait, how's my DN look? What's... Her Zodiac's changing, so she should shoot up to 302 speed after this change. I think. Yeah, I think she'll be 302 after the change. 301 or 302, depending on how that Zodiac maths out. Okay, Ahmed, you are basic. You know, Ahmed, I only use Ahmed in regular arena, and I can legitimately say, okay, it's time to do arena, throw Rand's gear on Ahmed, do arena, throw it back. Because I don't think, I used her a little bit early season, so she's on my Slendy profile as being high win rate, but that was very early season when I was just Ahmed strays cleaving people. You don't really get to do that. Friggin' Moon Bunny absolutely destroyed Ahmed's usage. I know. Look how shocked she is. Okay, if you're trying to figure out what units you just screwed up and who you need to regear, there's going to be somebody. One of you in chat. There's going to be one of you who's like, holy crap, I didn't know this. Because I played 6 years before somebody showed this to me. You can click on the backpack, go to your units over here, click on the name, and hide fully equipped heroes, and boom, you can see all the heroes that need gear put back on them. And you can do a quick review of who needs gear put back. Anybody else learn something today? Hey, got you, Silver Clips. There's always one. There's always one. Oh yeah, we need to fix a ROM. I do use her often. She doesn't need to be giga fast, but I need her to take turns, so something in the 280 range would be ideal. Speed. That's not bad. 282. You know what? There you go. Done and done. Because I don't think Ahmed is a real RTA unit, and everywhere else I can just swap her gear. Oh yeah, I mean, I could do this and go, okay, Rand stole from this, and Renok stole from that. And, you know, I can definitely do that way, but it's kind of nice just to be able to see them and immediately click. And it doesn't stick around. You got to check it each time. And then you can just go into the unit, fix it, click the button again. Oh my god, my maid. I used her a little bit. I should rebuild maid. We'll put her on the list. No. Schneal just needs a freaking pursuit piece. It doesn't have to even be a good one. Here you go, Schneal. That's one. That one's better. Oh my god, look at all that damage. Look at my DPS Schneal, guys. How about this one? Attack. Anybody gear holding by chance? Nope. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's literally, this one's just better. Does make him less tanky. The defense here is kind of nice, even though it's only 93. Let's just go get a pursuit piece. We just need to go farm ourselves a pursuit piece, right? Hey, if you guys are farming the Rift or the Breach, and you want to avoid having to farm the Rift eventually to get this stuff, trust me on this. When you get garbage from here, you want to get rid of it, extract it. Don't sell it, extract it. Keep the cubes. Because down the road, when this breach closes and all this shit's moved into Rift and you need to go and make a single helm, Instead of having a 50% chance to get good gear that you want, you're now getting a 25% chance, and it's crappier gear. It's going to drive you nuts. You'll be very, very happy that you can use those mats and those blue boxes. Will Milim work with Notos, in my opinion? Will Milim work with Notos? In what way? We didn't get a single damn helm. I'm running low on charms. I don't want to do this. Let's just go build one. Ran is now good against who? This is my Ran. He has a 60% win rate, and I picked him 245 times. He's good. He is probably one of the best openers in the game, although I think top model Lulica might steal his thunder for people who've got the gear it takes to build him. No, because Milim will lose her evasion and can be one-shot. Yeah, remember when Mind's Eye is a buff, not a status effect. So when Notos smashes that S3, you're going to lose all the buffs. All of them. You'll lose your I wonder if when Notos S3s and that removes the stealth from your Festive Ida, if that will proc Festive Ida. It should, right? Because their stealth went away. That'll be an interesting interaction. Yes, but but good point. She'll proc, but she won't get the buff. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Weird ass unit. Let's go do what I said I was gonna do. That's the wrong button. Very good, Tristen. Very good. Let's go make us a. It was a hat he needed, right? He just needed some shitter hat that wasn't all DPS. Yeah. Let's go make you a pursuit hat that doesn't suck. Show me HP and ER. We take it. That's all I needed. That's all I needed. It's better than anything else we had laying around. That's lovely. We'll change that attack to HP all day long. Low gear score piece, but that's all Schneal needs to be 20% more Schnealier. Oh, not that. I'll change that to HP eventually. I ain't gonna do a box. Undispellable doesn't matter. Undispellable still gets dispelled. We watched him dispel the undispellable vigor buffs in the demo. The only things that stick around are status effects. Status effects like Lady of the Scales Abundance will stick around. Renox Pilfer will stick around. Yellow things will stick around. But anything that's blue, dispellable or not, and anything that's red, dispellable or not, those go away. Your death sentence from your Eins, that goes away. Your rage buff from your Sea Phantom Politis, that goes away. Only gold effects, because golds are not buffs, they are status effects. Malfunction, that's exactly what a bot would say. Before he S3s, can you superhumanize Notos? Yes, you can superhumanize him. He won't push up, but he will have double the speed and double the HP, making him harder to kill and making him climb a lot faster. And then when he gets there and he presses S3, he will immediately lose superhumanization, but he'll double all of his stats, and you get all that stuff. Ironically, Tristen, you bothering top 100 Hall Trials? Probably. I'll probably do it later this afternoon. Maybe we'll do it a little bit again prior to the maintenance. I'm just not going to do it right now. I got things to do. But yeah, you won't be able to double dip on the stats, right? You won't be able to take those superhumanized stats and double those up because they will go away when the buff goes away, and there you go. But a lot of people are theorizing using him with Yulha to give him the speed and tankiness to survive and get there to push buttons. You know what's kind of funny is not that anybody uses her in PvP, but if you got Tamarin and you go into Idol's form and then you press the S3, it'll immediately like blast her right out of her clothes back into normal mode. It'll still turn her Idol's mode off. I mean, it should, right? Because Idol's form is a buff, right? It's yeah, Idol. It's a buff. It'll go away, and she'll get slammed back into normal mode. Notos will probably be useful with a set that increases speed when HP is a revenge set. But remember, if you don't run him on warfare set, it's going to take you 7 turns of slow-ass crawling to the front of the line to be able to use his S3. So you're going to either have to A, have him on warfare set, or B, run him with a resetter. And right now there's only 2 resetters in the game that can reset the entire skill cooldown, and that is Green Asaria. Good luck picking that in RTA, and Aram, who's a limited summer unit that not a lot of people have. So warfare set is a must. It kind of is. It kind of is. I mean, there's other units that reduce skill cooldowns, but it's usually only by 1. You could put them on Prophetic Candlestick and hope, but still 7 turns is a lot to grind through. And also, you've got to consider dealing with things like this. Sorry, this. Who can reduce, even if you're on warfare set, they can knock your school cooldown back around. Who's the other one? Hell, she might even come out of retirement just to fuck with Notoses. Because even if you're on warfare set, if your skill cooldown gets knocked back a notch, he's not going to be ready. He's got to climb all the way back to the front of the line again, and he is so fucking slow that by the time he climbs the back of the line again, she's probably reduced his cooldown a second time. Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting. She can do it too. She can do it too. So, yeah. Yet another wrinkle that people haven't thought of is if somebody can get a skill cool, and the skill cooldown units, man, they are all relatively fast. Oh yeah, Designer Lilibet. Designer Lilibet's another nasty one. Fire Litica, I don't know that she will make a resurgence. Kisei's S3, yeah. He's going to be a banger in Guild Wars. Ooh, Fire Kowarik, that's right. We used to talk about how Fire Kowarik was a hard counter to regular Kowarik. If this actually becomes a huge problem for him, you might see him on Prophetic Candlestick just to counter it, so it's up and then down, because artifacts proc after skills, so the skill would be reduced, the artifact would proc, skill would go back up again, right? But even that's some RNG. It's going to be brutal. Cooldowns in here, dispel, decrease, that's buff, decrease duration, buff duration, counter revive, extinction, combat radius extra turn, ally cooldown decrease, enemy cooldown increase. There we go. It's not a small roster of heroes, guys. Fucking Fumir, Sharoon, Tehu asked, Faithless Litica. If only you got an EE. So yeah, something to consider. You know, if you're going to be a Notos main, you know, maybe do a mental screenshot of this and realize that if these are picked, they could be a problem for you. Lua Resurgence. I think Lua was the first instance of content creators panicking. I was one of them. Every content area, it's the end of the world. This unit destroys everything. And don't get me wrong, Lua was a monster for about 4 months, but yeah. We had no idea what was in the pipes heading our way. I think we play him as mitigation anger. If he gets a turn, it's otherwise a win. It's units like that. Most of them aren't ignore ER, like unless you burn or something. So that's why some effect resistance I think is going to be really good on him, and that's why I think you're going to probably need him on immunity for the ones that don't dispel when they do the thing. Yeah. Dilibet increases enemy cooldowns. That's why when she pushes the S3, it's so fucking brutal. It's like, not only does she cleanse everything, but your skills are gone. Now, she doesn't strip, so if you have immunity, it's not a problem. And a lot of people didn't notice it because, like, Rand would S2, give immunity to the team. He would S3, debuff everybody. Dilibet would push up, S3, cleanse all the debuffs. But it didn't impact skill cooldowns, but that's because she was going into immunity. If they don't have immunity, yeah, she resets their skills. So it's kind of a weird synergy for her, more of a Me Too thing, but it, you know, and an add-on element to her kit. The site is called Cecilia Bot. Yes, you can literally just Google Epic 7 Cecilia Bot, but here you go. Here's a link specifically to the heroes section, but on the left-hand side, it's got the table of contents. In this section, you can click on the imprints and see who's got crit chance imprints. So it's a lovely little site. There's a timeline, so you can see like when the most recent units were. And see, I wasn't lying to you guys. Right here is where is she? Right here is Hecate. She came out December 17th. She went away January 6th. Since then, no limited heroes. So it's coming soon. What about maximizing the S1 and waiting for the S2? I'm really excited the chefs are going to cook for this guy. Because like I said, I want him to be good. His VA is insane. His aesthetic is peak. And Smogate has a wretched history of making edgy husbandos suck on release. I think it was pointed out to me that Janua was good on release. So here's an edgelord that was good on release. But let's review some of the really good edgy units on release, right? Yeah, you had Mediator Coeric. What a pile of suck this guy was on release. You had Mort. I know this is going to be hard for you guys to believe, but there was a time when this guy was trash. He needed a buff to get good. Probably the closest aesthetic that we've got. Frickin' Kane. Yeah, mediocre Coeric. They just did Kane wrong in so many different ways. So Smilegate's got like a bad history of making these really cool looking edgy husbandos with just lackluster kits. I still hold that Mort was the biggest disappointment release in Epic 7 history. Have you met Kane? Oh man. So yeah, I mean, we only get like one husbando for every 4 waifus, and I get it, right? You're catering to your audience, and you gotta make what people want to buy, but still. Aki is pretty good, but Aki wasn't exactly meta shattering, right? He's just really good niche use unit. The 2 or 3 times I drafted Aki, he won the fight for me, but he's just not that good. Who's the Knight's Podcat with? I wanted to have Vic Chun and Valky on, but Vic Chun unfortunately is on an airplane. I thought it'd be kind of cool to have Veritas and Palladia throwing shade at each other in the chat, but you know. But Valky did agree to be on, and I've got a DM out to one other person. He hasn't responded yet, so I don't want to call him out, but hopefully he'll be on to give us some good insight. He was heavy in RTA, heavy in the Guild War tourneys, so I think it'd be a fun one to have on. And of course, Sue is always my second seat. If Sue or I aren't here, it's a weird situation. It's not Meow Mixed, but he is on my list to have on again soon. I had him on relatively recently. Anyway, Guess you'll just have to tune in tonight and see. Okay, what next? I'm going to gear a couple of more units while we talk to you guys and answer some questions and get some things fixed up. Build your Vildreds, guys. Build your Vildreds. Mine is slower than I think most people are going to want to run him, but I think because of the pushing environment I run in, this should be fine. If it's not, I'll get some speed boots on him and call it a day. But you want a nuclear Vildred. You want a clean up crew Vildred. How meta changing do you recommend next patch is going to be? The meta is already cleave aggro. I think aggro is going to become less strong. Cleave's going to become more strong, and I think turn 2 is going to be more difficult. But it's preseason, and I think April is where we're really going to see some big changes. Yeah, exactly, Monster. I was kind of thinking that he might do better with something like I got a lot of crit chance here, a little bit of crit chance. Yeah, I mean, I can do this. It's a chunk out of his damage, but it gets his speed up a little bit. But yeah, we'll see. I ain't gonna fix what isn't broken. I'm a big fan of trying it and then changing it if it doesn't work. Everyone's like, everybody and their brother. Take a look at this. Okay, go on, guys. Let me have it. What's wrong with my Asaria? Tell me how awful this build is. I'll wait. Oh, Tristen, where ER? You just get controlled. They push you back. You're dead. How can you play this unit so bad? Worst unit ever. No ER. She had a 67% win rate in the 91 games I'm playing. And do you know why? Because I am not playing slow. I am using her to destroy people who are cleaving. And cleavers, you typically aren't worried about them controlling you. And when you are, they're landing stuff like Witch of the Mere Tenebria, Silverblade Aramantha. Good luck building enough ER to stop that. Now, for people that are playing aggro with her, with people that are playing standard with her, oh yeah, all day long, you want some ER. But 5k attack was destroying people. I only needed 1 or 2 fractures to S3 and nuke their whole freaking team. So yeah, this worked perfect for me. May not work for you. I'm not saying this is the best build. I'm just saying for the way I was playing, this was the best build for me. And that is something people really need to learn, is that you are not building units. You are building teams. The most important thing in the world is skill synergy and understanding what units have those skills and how to build the teams. And after that, it comes down to the gearing with a specific goal in mind. Speed tuning, attack tuning, turn order, making sure that you've got good coverage. No, if you are running it 100% of the time you're running it with Ran, you probably don't need immunity on the unit because Ran's going to give it the immunity. But if you are in a situation where Ran isn't going to be drafted every single time with the unit, maybe you do want the immunity. Everybody knows this unit is good. Are you going to build her full crit chance with tons of HP and high speed so you can do lots of direct damage? Or are you going to build her with no crit chance and just lean heavily into the fact that she can't be controlled or debuffed and you're having Pursuit set and her pop create the damage? Both are very viable builds. Both are strong in their own right and smart ways to play the character, but they are very different with what teams you build around the unit. It's a game of team building. A lot of people come here from other games. They come here from Star Rail or Brave Exvius and games where units are the core. And here it's not. Teams are the core. And then gearing the teams is secondary. And then gearing the teams with a mission is tertiary. And then the units are quaternary. So yeah. That's my TED Talk. We want a Tristen RTA clip. Here you go. I got you guys. Oh, Luna. If you don't have a 300 speed Luna, you can't even play the game without a 300 speed Luna. This was my favorite fight the entire RTA season. Let me tell you, I went into this fight freaking dick out, so excited. Nemesis forgot to draft damage. I banned his Setsuka, and now what's he going to do? Where's his damage? I'm just going to run this guy over. He's got 2 light units. I got Ras and Hua Young and Freerin. Oh my god, this guy's ruined. I should take a minute here to appreciate the HP on that ML Luna now that she has been superhumanized. Nemesis, what's wrong with you? Okay, everybody, all eyes on Renak. All eyes on Renak. Oh, Renak, Freerin. All eyes on Freerin. Pow! Let me tell you what, Nemesis was so impressed that my Freerin tanked that, but she's got 100 health left. I'm like, okay, that was scary, but I'm still in it. Sorry, I said Renak, I meant Freerin. All green units look alike to me. So I dropped the S3, get some damage, but wait, there's a counterattack, and it's on Rocket Punch Gauntlet's additional 3,000 damage. You know what? Nemesis actually did have some damage dealers there, didn't he? And now I'm thinking, you know what? This is fine. I can go ahead and take care of that superhumanization, right? When I use Ras will collapse her HP in half, bringing her back to normal, and then I'll S3 and kill her off. Pro tip for anybody who doesn't know, collapse only impacts the base HP. It doesn't impact the superhumanized HP. So it only is going to impact that initial 24k health, not the 58k health. So feels a little bad. You only actually drop 50% of the health, not or 25% of the health, not 50. But anyway, so check it out, right? Everything's good, except does anybody here know what Troublemaker Crozet's S3 does? Anyone? Because I forgot up until this moment. At this moment, I remembered what his S3 does. Yes, Phoenix, you got it. This dirty son of a bitch gives anti-crit. Now tell me, what does Ras need to do to get an extra turn when he S2s? Freaking anti-crit. Ras needs to crit in order to S3, so I'm like, well, it's okay. I'll superhumanize, I'll crit because I'm lucky, and then my S3 will kill her because her health will be back down to 24k health. But when I superhumanize, it only drops her health down to like 38k health because, yikes, it doesn't, the collapse doesn't cut the superhumanized health down. But I'm like, it's okay, I got bystander Hua Young. Surely I can soul burn and finish this off. So we soul burn with a pretty freaking nuclear Hua Young, but he has got Ilanov, and I only do 23k health. It's not even half of his HP. I have been taken out behind the shed with a switch and had the shit kicked out of me. He systematically, I went from like so hyper confident, and I was in Discord chat, I was chest thumping, I was like, oh, look at this fool, I'm going to destroy him so bad, and oh my god, he just murder stomped me. And you know why he did it? How he did it? He did it with team synergy. He didn't have super high speed gear on the Luna. He didn't use meta heroes. He built a smart team with good synergy, the interactions, the rocket punch and cleanup from the counters on Crozet, the anti-crit to protect his Luna, the superhumanization to give her the high enough HP that her pop damage did just incredible damage, and the pursuit set to increase the additional pop damage, and the Luna to make sure that I couldn't roll in and get him with penetration skills and ruin his day. This was the best fight I had this entire season because I got outplayed to the point where I was over here playing checkers and he was playing chess. It was crazy. So yeah, I've been gushing on this fight with Nemesis for a while now. Absolutely fucking owned me and finished me off right here. Pop. 12,000 damage on a freaking S1. And that fight is entirely responsible for me building what will probably be my more commonly played Luna this season. I sacrificed a little bit of health. He had a little bit more health than I did, but I wanted to keep immunity on her, so I went with triple set so I could have pursuit and immunity on her. You gotta get revenge someday. But not that day. No, Lord, not that day. What a fight that was. Those are the kind of losses I like, right? I kind of like the losses where you see something insane, something that gets you excited to try something new, something that teaches you something about kits and units. Those are the best kind of losses. Whole lot better than I just got 3%ed with a dual attack, right? Those suck. Or the oops, I pushed a button I shouldn't have. Those are the worst. Yeah, I think his was 28k. He showed it to me. It was impressive. It's slower than mine, but it was bulkier. And hindsight being 2020, the ML Yule was the ban. I should have just dealt with free Rin if I had left that yeah, if I'd left that Setsuka in play, ban the Yulha, I think I might have had a chance. Not a great chance, but a chance. That freaking Crozet would have still been a huge thorn in my side, though. He would have freaking rocket punched my free Rin to death, and I had no raisings. Anyway. I lost because I tank downed. I don't think he gave me a lot of choice. I don't tank down unless I have no other options. Yeah, he banned my two biggest opener heroes, so I went with my next opener hero. And once I got to this point where he had these 3 units in, I was like, I can't ran cleave anymore. If I ran cleave, I'm gonna get destroyed. He kind of backed me into a corner. Yeah, no Rassians, dude. Wasn't Renak instead of Bois better? I'm not sure I would have killed anything with Renak. I don't think it would have changed anything. Hey, congrats on being able to sweep, buddy. That's a nice team. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed me thoroughly enjoying getting my ass handed to me. Best fights are the ones you lose. Shadow Company reset tomorrow. Yes. Make sure you get your expos done. They're going away. Make sure you get your Shadow Company. Where's that shit hide? Make sure you get your Shadow Company all complete. Make damn sure you have spent all of your fighter exchange points. I don't think you need to panic about this because the shop is open for another 21 days and I've never seen them reset currency while the shop is still open. So I think you're good if you want to save the currency and see if it's usable here. If they reset this frickin' hell, Smilegate. If they reset this currency when this goes live, then I think there will be a lot of angry stove posts because nowhere did they say the points will go away. And I think we would be successful in fighting them on it. Because every implication is that Shop is open for another 3 weeks, and the points are there. They should remain. Dark mode, Smilegate. Get on that. There's a quality of life. Something nice for free. It's MRSA. Loot of the day. What'd you get, Slash? That's a lot of damage. Change that, God damn, you change that health to percent attack, and you'll be 106 gear score. It's going to be tempting to change the ER to attack, but you're going to lose 5 gear score if you do that. And there are just a handful of them out there that will appreciate having that ER. So I think you change that bottom one to attack. I think you change the health to attack, because you can change it back to health later if you want it to be for an HP scaler. Don't change it now, right? There's not a lot of HP scalers that want speed. Shu, for example, is one, though. And Shu wants the ER. God, these are really nice shoes. Shoes? 1 second. I want to show you guys something. It's cute. There was a glitch when Shu's banner very, very first went live, and when you pulled for Shu and got her, this is what you got. So you literally pulled Shu's. Yeah, all day long, man. I changed that to 9% HP and slam those on Shu. Wow. For a good damage Shu. Very, very nice. But yeah, that's the nice thing about the health is you could swap it back and forth from attack to HP as often as you want and not damage the quality of the piece. Use it either way. Congrats, man. Those are some sick boots. Nine hours left to get your Ruiza. I do not recommend it. She is not a good unit. Some people are out there having some really limited success with her, but I think her win rate per use is the lowest of any unit in the game. For the amount she was drafted and how good she did, I think she's the lowest rated 5-star in the game right now for RTA. Still looking for a 28 speeder. You and me both, man. I'm just thrilled to be 1 out of 5. It's been a while. Why ER from Rat? When Rat is on Laya's artifact, if you're going ER on Rat, it's to prevent her from being fucking destroyed by Ras. So if Ras takes a turn and S2 and S3s her, it doesn't kill her. It's 99% of the reason people are running ER Rats is because of this freaking godly asshole right here. But she should be stealthed at the start of the fight or after somebody hits her with an AoE. I'm just saying there are situations where having some ER is nice on her. And also the Laya artifact only dispels 1 buff. If you debuff stack on her, it gets even nastier. I'll be honest with you, I reach for the ER one a little bit more often than the damage one. Oh yeah, the Laya is also only a 1-turn reduction. It's not a full cleanse. So if you got a 2-turn debuff on there. Like this, it ain't gonna do shit. again, it's just build around the team that you need. If you can't conceive of a reason for an ER rat, then you are either missing a potential team comp that might elevate it, or you're playing in such a way that you're never going to need that tool. So don't try to be everything. I can play tank down. I can play bruiser. I'm better at aggro, and I'm pretty good at cleave. So I stick to my strengths. The first time I ever got to champion back in the day, I did it playing bruiser, and the second time I did it playing control. It wasn't until like the 4th or 5th seasons that I started doing started doing cleave and aggro. Bellona, we'll have to see. Right now, I think counter is best in slot honor, but there's a world where you just go destro and let her S2s and S3s be the source of her damage and run things up. Think APOC Ravi. Is counter or destro better on APOC Ravi? How you playing her, and what's the quality of your gear? I think riposte is not a good idea. A lot of people are selling riposte, and I think they're selling snake oil. If all 3 of her friends are alive, then riposte is a 43-ish% chance to counter. So it's 13% higher chance to counter than counter set. 13% better. If one of her friends dies, riposte, I think, drops down to 31%. So it's basically the same. Like 1.5% better. If one of her allies dies, it's fundamentally the same. And if 2 of her allies die, it's just her and one other person, riposte is significantly worse. And if she's alone, riposte is terrible on her. So, whereas counter is always there. It's 70% if she evades, and she's got 50% chance to evade. Run the statistic calcs. The if she evades is the big if, right? Now, if you're going to run your Bellona with Setsuka, then riposte is better. If you're going to run your Bellona against Zeno, then counter is better, right? It's the same thing with Setsuka. Is Setsuka better on riposte, or is Setsuka better on counter? Well, counter is riposte is about 5% better on Setsuka than riposte, unless you're dealing with sleeps or anti-evasion units. Then suddenly counter is a lot better, unless you're stacking her with other units that give evasion, like Fat Cat, Assassin Cartusia. Then suddenly riposte is better. Remember what I said about how it's not about units, and it's not even about gear. It's about building teams and team synergy. So you build to your strengths. If the other thing to consider too is I've been playing this game since 2018. I've been farming counter set for 7 years. I've been farming riposte set for 7 months. So my riposte gear doesn't even hold a candle to my counter gear, and there are other units who reap a lot more benefit from riposte set, right? Afternoon Soak Flan gets a lot of benefit from riposte set, a lot more than she would get from counter set, a lot more. So I would rather her have the good riposte set. So, and there's a couple of units like that where I'm like, do I want to take riposte set off of them to make a 5% better Setsuka, or to make a situationally 10% better Bellona? Now, if you've got the riposte set to do it, and you're going to play aggressively and not worry about half your team dying, then for sure, you go for it. But understand the mechanics of the kit and the limitations of your gear. Both sets are fine. There's nothing wrong with a counter Bellona, just like there is nothing wrong with a counter Setsuka, who, by the way, gave me a 56% win rate across the 25 games I played her. So I'm guessing the counter Setsuka worked pretty good for me there, didn't she? Do you want to give Malone a riposte set? Back the VOD up like 15 seconds. God, I hate repeating myself. Yes, maybe, definitely, possibly, situationally. God damn it, Drac. I'll save my Guild Wars for tonight. Actually, maybe I'll do my Guild Wars now and we can do Hall of Trials tonight. So much to do, so little time. Guys, it is 1:15 here in the States. I gotta go get some IRL work done and get ready for the podcast tonight. I hope that you guys will be here for it. It'll be a little bit later because time zones suck. But I will see you guys in about 10 hours, a little less than 10 hours. And, well, Valky and hopefully one other guest to talk about the Guild War season, the Guild War tournament, the Masters tournament, RTA season, the changes in the game that are coming up. And one more time for the people in the back, take a deep breath. Don't spend your resources. Wait and see what's next. Play the smart game, play the long game. Don't get caught up in the hype unless you don't mind spending on the game, because there is no way April isn't going to blow your freaking minds. Who are we going right into? I don't think I've ever raided into Everdream before, so let's go see what Everdream is up to. And good luck regearing your account. I will probably be chilling out in Discord voice chat for a good chunk of today if you guys... I'm sorry, what did you say there, Rion? I couldn't hear you over how silenced you are. All right, guys. Go say hi to Everdream, and I will catch you guys tonight for the podcast. You guys take care. Appreciate you being here, as always.
The most important part is